We still got about 15 minutes before the close, but the market is down pretty hard. We were down over 1.5%. We are bouncing off the lows here for the day. But this is on the back of Jerome Powell and his testimony in front of the Senate, where he said that inflationary pressures were running higher than expected and that policymakers were open to raising rates higher than earlier expectations. So basically higher for longer and maybe actually higher for higher. Now, before this week began, the forecast from Alpha Crunching was showing sort of this continued bearish momentum. It did curl up last week. We had a bounce Thursday and Friday. And this is funny because the bounce to me was triggered by one of the other Fed guys, Bostic, who said that, you know, he's not in favor of the 50-point hike. However, now the market's pricing in better than 50% chance that we are going to get a 50% hike maybe later this month. So anyway, the market is still sort of in this bearish mode, and that's reflected in this forecast. And we can see today that the market fell hard after his testimony. Obviously, he could have said something different. I think the market was expecting this. We were playing this as a bear market rally and actually sold call spreads at 4,100 on this big green candle, knowing that the options were positioned it's such that this is probably going to be resistant if we got up there. So we did push higher, we faded, we took profits in those call spreads today, and now we're kind of waiting to see, you know, where this leads us. But in general, the general range that I'm looking at is 4,200 to 3,900, and we're starting to approach that level. This is on some data from Spot Gamma. This is the call and put wall. I'll know more, later today or tonight once the market closes. We can see if the put wall actually shifts down or not. If the put wall does not shift down, then this is going to be pretty stiff support. Now, I wanted to look at the options analysis where we can see these GEX levels. This is more on SPY, but there's a lot of GEX levels down at 395, 394, and 393. This is roughly 39.50, 39.40, 39.30. So this is also showing potential support. Now, we still have a couple of more economic events this week. Powell is speaking tomorrow again, and then we have non-farm payrolls on Friday. The non-farm payroll number is expected to be really, really high. If that comes in high, which is what the Fed actually wants, I believe, even though it goes against their mandate, they want to slow inflation. So increased jobless claims would do that. But if we sell off in the 3,900 on more Powell testimony or more hawkishness over the next day or so, and we get that high number, we could see a short-term bounce off the 3,900. Again, there's a lot of support levels in here, and that's something I'm going to be watching over the next couple of days. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.